end of the month, so it's time for this series, Letting Go, aka what did I let go of this month in relation to sneakers, possibly clothing, and that means that I actually get rid of it and sell it, or is it at least post it to sell so that it's out of my door, it's out of my possession, hopefully sooner rather than later. And then I just want to run down kind of like the aftermath of the whole Galaxy Foam release, because I saw a very interesting video, more so not the video because I'm in total alignment with the video by Mike the Compass, but his comment section. So very fast though, by the time you're seeing this, the Air Jordan 3 Treat Yourself, the winner has been selected. I've shipped off that pair. I am a little bit shocked though at like the response or the engagement for the Jordan 3 giveaway here on YouTube versus the Jordan 1 Low SE giveaway on Instagram. Just far more women like locked in there, you know, hoping to win, commenting. And again, I just didn't expect that. That was kind of like a blindside thing. So I guess I will just kind of take that into account in the future of if it is like a women's specific release, which more than likely it probably will be, or at least a smaller size, because my size is, you know, a women's 7.5 or a men's 6. I'll just have to kind of take that into consideration. But for any of those who participated, I really and truly do appreciate you. And I'm really glad in the month of February, I got to spread the love to women in, you know, Jordan items, whether it was apparel or in sneakers. So moving past that, I do have an appointment set up March 1st to actually go ahead and get my nose pierced. So you guys will likely see that if you're on Instagram. I'm sure you'll see it sooner, just because I would have to go through the whole process of a video and editing and getting it uploaded. But that is the start of my March. So March Madness is certainly kicking off in a very, very special way. But let's talk about foams real quick, because I understand that this is a grail for some of you. I mean, it is the epitome. And I already ran down in 2023 what this shoe truly meant. Like, there were some people that were actually trying to argue down, like with Jock, I believe, on social media, that the Galaxy Foam wasn't the pinnacle of sneaker chaos as we knew it. People were trying to trade vehicles, okay? Actual driving vehicles for this sneaker. So how you think that this didn't have, like, just an overarching impression just within sneaker history, like how you overlook that, I don't know. But the reality is also, for a lot of us, that was a moment in time. And if you watch like Complex Sneakers, they've spoken about, you know, trying to recreate those moments. It's not a one for one. It's not necessarily going to happen like that. And I think that is the case for a lot of people that were, you know, 80s and 90s babies, and you grew up and that shoe dropped when it did in 2012. And now you're looking ahead, we're in 2025, and things may be vastly different for you. Your style could be very different. The shoe doesn't hold a lot of practicality for you anymore, whether it be in comfort or whether it just be in style or it be in function. And one of you left a really great comment on my video, and we'll talk more about my video, but one of you left a really great comment just about like, how wearable is this Galaxy? I understand that it's a grail and it's special, but like, how wearable is the actual shoe? I think that's a really hard thing for some of us to grasp sometimes, is that our grails may not actually be as wearable as we think. Sometimes our grails may be more, somebody called them like a shelf princess, or like a shelf princess shoe or something like that. Like, it just sits on the shelf and that's it. Like, it's just a showpiece, because it's not very wearable every day. And I've said this before, the Fear of God 1 is very much so like that. That was such a grail shoe for me. And it was already an insanely high price at $350, and that's just a price I'm never going back to ever again to pay. But I also paid more for that because I paid resale because I really wanted it at the time. That it's a statement shoe. Like, I wear that shoe at certain events that I'm invited to and I attend like annually. But outside of that, that's not an everyday practical shoe. That's not a shoe I just throw on and go grocery shopping. It's not a shoe I throw on and just go pick up food. Like, it's not. So a lot of our grail sneakers may not be as wearable in our later years, in our 30s and our 40s and possibly our 50s. And that doesn't apply to everyone. So please let me say that doesn't apply to everyone, because people seem to not want to listen, pay attention, or comprehend anything that is said in videos these days, because I'm never one to really speak in absolutes other than you shouldn't be a very irresponsible person and charging sneakers to credit cards that you can't pay off and you don't have savings in place. Then yeah, that does apply to everyone. But when it comes to like the shoe maybe not being something I would wear now, that just is what it is. So I thought it was hilarious where, you know, Mike canceled his Galaxy Foam. He hit and then he canceled.
Like, damn, 2 weeks. I'm really not that pressed about these. I have the rookie Galaxies. Granted, they're not the same. I just haven't worn them at all. Bro, I have so many shoes. So I just canceled the order. And then immediately I go to my DMs and everyone's like, hey, I'd love to buy these off you, blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, damn, I'm not pressed anymore. You know what I'm saying?
And he's like, you know what? I just realized in the time that, even before, the time that it would take for it to ship, he's like, this is not even something that I'm feeling now. And he's felt that shift. Now, his shift is coming from just all the life changes, right? One, he's been doing this also for a very long time. So let's just get into that. He's been doing this not only from being a passionate, just sneaker collector, but creating content. And I think that does add a different level of fatigue sometimes to it. But, they have a brand new house. Him and Mary have welcomed a brand new baby into the world. So that is amazing and that is beautiful, and his priorities have shifted. And so many of you were super supportive of Mike in the comment section. Like, I'll just go ahead and, read off some of these. But they said, honestly, my love of sneakers and clothing is still there. They're just no longer a priority for me. It's funny because somebody said I was literally having the same conversation. Mike's transformed into dad energy so fast. I love it. And, people are just really in support of him because they felt that shift in terms of priorities, and this just wasn't it anymore. And then you have other individuals where, I love Mike's reply though. Someone said, why even go for them to take away from people that want them? And he said, you're right, I bought it the whole stock. It was one shoe. It was one shoe in Mike's size. And he canceled the order, so I'm pretty sure someone else will have the opportunity to get that order, right? Mike making the decision to cancel immediately, because when his spared, he was just like, you know what, I don't even want this. That's the action that more of us should take, right? If you get something in and you try it on, if you order it online and you don't love how it fits, and I don't mean like it just needs to go to a tailor, but everything else about it is perfect, but you don't love how it fits, you don't love how you look in it, just do what needs to be done and just return it right then and there. Don't hold on to it, this sunken cost fallacy. Don't hold on to it. Just let it go. Now, some people, again, in sneakers, they can't fathom that somebody doesn't want to hold on to something you think is a grail and you think is important and you think is a must-have and you think somebody can't pass on. Everyone is not you, and that's okay. You will survive with people wanting to not, have the shoes that you have. So some of these comments were wild. Somebody else said that was like probably the stupidest thing that they ever could, fathom somebody doing. There's far worse that's done in sneakers every day on this platform. Far worse that is perpetuated all the time. I promise Mike making the decision to get rid of the shoe isn't a problem. Do you know how many shoes I've gotten rid of, okay, and just gifted away and I didn't even have to pay for because I was no longer wearing them. They were no longer serving a practical purpose. I didn't just want them taking up space, but I wanted to bless somebody else with them, so I got rid of them. And some of them were probably considered just insane, pairs that you would never get rid of. Let's talk about what I let go this month. 2 pairs of Fear of God Californias. I think one I didn't even necessarily have to pay for, but whatever. 2 Fear of God Californias. I sold those. The Flint, or the Red Flint 13, Air Jordan 13, sold that. The Fear of God Raid Black, it was a 5.5, so actually too small. Sold that. Tried to sell the acronym Presto, but they actually did not take that. The shop that I have here nearby, very weird. Don't know if I'm going back there anymore. Because they tried to give me all of like $30-some for a pair of Fear of God mainline pants. Mind you, they retailed for $6.95. I bought them for $2.11 a few years ago. You're not giving me $31 for them. So they're now up on Grailed for me to try to sell and get rid of there. And by the time this video goes up, I'll have the Air Jordan 6 Carmine posted on my Instagram more than likely, and the Air Jordan 13 actual Flint posted on my Instagram to try, and sell that. So yeah, in the crazy month of February where everything was a must-have and everyone told you that you couldn't sleep and it was literally the sneaker apocalypse, I did not buy a single pair of shoes. I got rid of shoes and I'm quite okay with that. I did pick up $200 of the VCR ETF, and I saw a milestone hit for my net worth in February. It's gone up almost double digits in terms of my net worth just in the first 2 months of the year. And that's amazing. And I will always be happy and grateful for that. So in letting go, I let go of some things that really just needed to go. Saw some amazing growth in other areas, and yeah, just quite okay with not having bought, anything. Now, if you were to ask me which release do I think was actually the best release for this month, even though there were so many, I would actually put it in terms of number 1 would actually be the Black Metallic 5. It would actually be that, just because it was awesome to see so much love for that sneaker being reimagined and how well executed it was. Number 2 would actually probably go to Joe Freshgoods 992, aged well. And then number 3, that one's tough. Because I know so much dropped. I might just say the experience that people got to have at All-Star Weekend. I'll just say the experience in the Bay Area that people got to have. I just thought that was amazing. That was great. Very awesome for everyone. And looking ahead, yeah, I'm still slowing down, still just kind of cruising, and I'm happy with that. They did announce more Asia Wilson A1 colorways for the fall, so one of those wild cards just may be, I just may get another A1. Okay, so again, go ahead and comment your thoughts below. What was the best sneaker release in 2025, February 2025? In your opinion, did you pick it up? And also your thoughts on someone choosing to cancel a sneaker that they realized they really didn't want after all, and it maybe being a grail in all of sneakers, but them making that decision for themselves. Go ahead and comment your thoughts below. Really appreciate you tuning in. Hopefully you caught my last video, because I really and truly think that Nike Skims, they're onto something, just in terms of them trying to really connect with women. But then also beyond that, be sure to check out the other recent video that is uploaded on the channel. As always, act your age, not your shoe size. Peace.